All right, so in this video, we're going to go over Squarespace 7.1, how to add a blog post, what you need to do every time you make a blog post for SEO, and to get it to just show up, and how to make it look the way you want, and just kind of the general functionality of the blog post. So you're going to log into your Squarespace account, then you're going to find your website, click Go to Website. That is going to open it up for you. Then what you're going to do is you can see at the top here we have blog, and this is if you already have the blog. We're just showing you how to add it. All right, so click blog. You can see we've got an image, we've got the blog right here, and then if we add more to this, it'll just show up. It'll just keep adding to this page. We've got a little excerpt here. We've got our title. If we have put a category in, it's going to show up right here. And then when we click on this, it brings us to the actual blog post. All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and go through that. So over on the left, you're going to come to pages, and then you're going to find your blog, and you're going to click on it. You're going to see it's going to bring us back to that blog page, and you'll see all your blog posts right here. So to add a new one, we're going to click this little plus icon. Now you'll see a new one pop up. It already has a spot in our post title. Just click on that and start typing. This is my test post. And then I can come down here and write, this is my blog. I talk about blah. So whatever you're talking about, whatever your blog post is, put it. If you want to add an image or something, what you can do is just bring your cursor over this. You'll see this little plus right here. Click on the plus. Let's say we want an image. We'll click on image. Now, if you want to add an image into here, you'd actually come over to either add image, and that will have you go search your computer for it, like this. Or you can go search for images and find one that's already a thing. So totally up to you. So what we're going to do is actually I'm going to add an image just so you can see a concept really quick. So we're going to add this free image. Cool. So now let's say we don't want this image at the bottom down here. No worries. What we can do is actually click on it, and let's say you didn't have that box anymore, by the way, and you needed to edit it. You can click on it and come over here to this little pencil, and you'll see that option. All right, so now let's say I wanted to move this to the side. If I come over and see it's like a little hand, if I click and hold my cursor down and then I try to move it over, see how there's like this line here, or this line up here, or this line over here? That will move the image to a side or above, or if I want it back below, I can do that to bring it below. And it's kind of finicky. It doesn't always pop up where you think. So like here it pops up there, but there pops up below it. So really just look for that blue line. You also might not always get this hand. Sometimes Squarespace is finicky. So just be aware of that. All right, so now we have our little post. Cool. How do we publish it? Well, let's say that I am not ready to publish. I'm going to click over here to done, and I'm going to click save. Cool. So now I can come edit it. You can see it's in draft mode. It's not quite ready. If I need to publish it, I click on it. It's going to show up this post. I'm going to click edit, and then I'm going to go publish. So now, hey, this is live. Cool. It's giving you the link in case you want to share that with people. If you don't want to see this, you don't have to, and click done. So now, notice how it doesn't have draft over here anymore. My post is live. Cool. But I've got an image in here. I've got my title. I've got a little bit of words. Let's go back to that original blog page. So now we should have two blog posts on top of each other. Hey, we do. But that image, I just want to point out, doesn't carry over to this, which means we need to actually add it. So if you have an image in there, just know that. If you don't, no worries. But we're going to go through how to add that in here. So now notice how there's no words here. We've got my post title, no image. Pretty much that's it. So I'm going to show you how to add words here, what to do for SEO, and how to add an image here. So we're going to click on, this is my test post, click those three little dots and go to settings. Now what we're going to do is this is where we can add tags, we can add categories. So let's say the category shows up. So let's say my wellness category. we'll go ahead and add that. And then what we're going to do is come over here to options. This is where we would add the image that shows up on that spot I showed you there wasn't one. So you can click add an image, or you can search for images. So now let's go ahead and add a different image just so you can see that it's a different image in a different spot. If your title is not something if it's something that's super long or just you want to change it, this is where you can do that. You can put who the author is. Excerpt down here, this is what's going to show up on the little spot. So this is and I always mix up, excerpt. There we go. So we can write that in there. Then you come over here to SEO. Now notice, this looks like when you search on Google. So if you don't like the title of that, we can add a new title here that is something that people might be searching for. So if you're a therapy clinic, maybe it needs to be something related to what your blog post is though. So you would put your new title here. SEO description is this right here. So usually when we go to Google and you see like a little option here or more information, that's what you're writing here. So give a couple sentences just talking about what your post is about. SEO actually wants you to write in sentences. It's gotten smart. We don't need to just like rapid fire words. So instead you're gonna go, have you ever wondered what it's like to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is that you're talking about in the post, write a few sentences about it. Over here, social image. If you've ever kind of sent a link to someone like on Facebook or something else and you see like an image pop up and you're like, well, that was a weird image, you can add an image here for that. And then, or you can search for the image, totally up to you. And that is pretty much it. So then you go ahead and click save. So we changed all those things. Now you can see we have a category up at the top, wellness category, but we're gonna go ahead and click blog, and now you'll see those changes through here. Perfect. So now we have an image here, it goes with our post titles. This is my excerpt that I added in to give people a little bit, hey, do you wanna read this? They can click to read more, and here's the category. So that is basically the basics of what you need to do for the post, just how to add it, what it looks like, etc. This might be different for you if you are a person who the blog post looks a little bit different. But that is the basics on it, and let us know if you have any questions.